Don't get lost.
I was thinking to myself, do I hate this motherfucker? No, I don't. I don't even really know you that much. I've never had a fucking problem with you. So I figured I would leave by giving you some life advice. See, you're a gamer, all right? I'm also a gamer. And the thing is life, everything you fucking do in life is a game. I've beat the game. I beat the game. I used some money glitches, but I beat the game at life. You, Phil, you're still on mission 1, and you can't get anywhere, and you're rage quitting, and you're starting over and restarting and restarting. I mean, a decade ago, you were on stream begging for $20 and $10 donations so you could pay your rent. It's a decade later, you're begging for $10 and $20 to pay your rent. You're restarting mission 1. You're trying to use the same tactic over and over again, and you're dying, and you're having to restart the level. If you want to win at this game of life, you're gonna have to fucking do something different. Now, I know it's an ongoing thing with people telling you to go get a real job, but you probably need to get a real fucking job. But there's a deeper reason on why you hate me. Me and you have been doing YouTube for about the same amount of time, or gaming entertainment, whatever you want to say, for the same amount of time, and I'm retiring, all right? I'm retiring with fuck you money. Never have to fucking work again. And you, having the same career, you know, doing the same thing, you know, online entertainment stuff, you're still begging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, all right? I get it. I'd hate me too.
You're gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna seal up all my cracks. You're gonna keep coming back. Why? Because you keep smelling the syrup.
What's blooming, yeah? It's your boy Shinko Fleur, and welcome back to another edition of the Glaze State, where we load up the Level 1 podcast and watch Phil do the same shit over and over again. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? You saying? How's everybody doing today? Everything's good. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. We got some. I ain't gonna lie. I want to get back to Atomic Heart. Like I like I don't know, like it's slow paced for me, but I like playing it. Like it's cool, it's fun. Like I like the combat. I do like the combat. I wish there was like a little bit more on it, of it. Maybe I'll get more of it. I'm not that deep in, but it is what it is. But I like the game so far. It gets thumbs up from Shinko. It be glazing. It be glazing. All right, so before we start, you already know we always have to say what's up to everybody in the chat. So let us go ahead and do that. Big up to Vicious, King of Weebs, Divine Retribution, PF, Clay Dale, Joy Haynes, Wilson Gal, Green Lobster, Master Grape, Dragon Slayer Productions, Dream Elements bots, of course. What is good? Brazen, Steve Guy, Joe Dub, Luna Guardian, Twice Stand, Irie 1, Ryan 33, Hamamura, Indrid Cold, Queen of Games, Mercy 33, Roddy Boomer Redux, Super Vandal. What's good, Gengar Green, Game Master 2035. How we doing, baby? Vicious. I see you. Hold on, I don't want to be missing anybody. Let's see. Chad Rupp-Nareem, Rageous Mode, Queen of Games, Cadence the Anime Girl, Dwight Race. How we doing? Angel Reyes, SCP-1471 is my best friend. How we doing? King Bean 904. How you doing, baby? Bryce Nolan, I see you. Iroquois Pliskin, how we doing? Caleb, how we doing, baby? Notifies mine. Good to see you. Anqua Vows. What's up? I'm glad everybody's here. How y'all doing today? All right, I know Phil's doing some shit. You don't want to watch. I don't want to watch it neither. I don't want to watch the mukbang shit neither. So let's just go ahead and just go through this boring ass fucking I refuse. I'm not calling the podcast this boring ass pre-stream. And let's get on with our lives. You feel me? You feel me? Ah, man. That's good. That's good. Duty, what's up, baby? You got... I didn't see you in the last one. So we got to that's a reboot to 6, homie. I'm sorry. I need 6 consecutive days straight. 6. Necesito 6. 6. I can say, I don't think I didn't see you on Thursday. I don't think I saw you on Thursday. I gotta check. I gotta check the live replay. I don't think I saw you on Thursday. Gotta check. All right, I'll check. I believe you. Zero, let me know about the channel. I'll check it out. You know, you guys can always hit me up on Twitter. You know, Fleur Shinko. I'm there if you need to. You know. I'm not doing no DSP react to. No, I refuse to watch any of that shit. I refuse to cover it in a stream. I'll try to make content out of it as much as I can. There's a short that I actually want to make about him being overly excited the Australian guy saying penis. Stuff like that, but I'm not covering that shit. I'm sorry. I'm just nah. And you know how I feel about feasting with the fat fuck. I refuse. I refuse. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, like I said, I can't. I can't. That's when he's sitting there talking all that shit. Let him talk all that shit on the fucking stupid ass fucking react. I'm not giving that shit any energy. That shit's dead. It's dead in the water. I don't give a fuck about it. Nobody cares. Like, you know. Oh yeah, like yeah. I saw it. I think I made a short about the like, yo, like even the open relationship shit. Like he was just like, DSP, shut up, bro. Seriously, shut up. God damn, like I don't want to hear him talk. I just don't want to hear him talk. Like that's it. I don't want to hear him talk during these reacts because like he's just insufferable as shit. Insufferable. He's fucking insufferable. Let's see if we got this. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me just hook this up. Make sure you guys are not getting this bullshit intro. Let's see. My bad. I know it's a little dead air right now. Sorry. Let me get past this stupid intro. We'll be good. Slim Darksay. Oh, shut the. Yeah, Slim Darksay. You can't just like animate it to these like the rest. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Let's see. Bam, there we go. And then let's unmute this. Hopefully everything works. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Welcome to day 2 of React Fest, right? Like, seriously, this weekend has been, so far, a good amount of React-style content, and today is no exception, because today, ladies and gentlemen...
That's all it is, content.
...is the big, monthly, epic, day-long React marathon
all
to
day
a documentary over on my new channel, DSP Reacts.
He loves that.
You guys are excited. Today is Saturday, the 25th of February, 2023.
Yeah, here, acting.
And before we get to the React content today, we're going to have a nice full-length, entertaining podcast here on the channel, covering various topics.
Oh, that's why it's 2 hours today? This shit was almost 2 hours.
I guess you could call them gaming news stories. One is quite short, and one is a reaction to something that I saw from the State of Play the other day. As you guys know, I didn't watch the State of Play live because I was here streaming, and I've been slowly trying to get caught up on it. And last night, I had an opportunity to watch the big Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League trailer / gameplay that they revealed during that event. And I would like to give you my thoughts on it this morning on the Level 1 podcast because I have a lot to say about it. So there you have it. Interesting. But today I'd also like to give you a little bit of background about the React event coming up later today.
Oh my God, bro. You're just talking.
So you kind of understand my perspective on where I'm coming from with this big React event.
No, I don't need to know we already know. You said it the day before that, the day before yesterday. You said it the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, and the day before that. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Like, again, you can take all this shit away, right? And then just do the thing and have more of the thing on the internet and make more money. It's like it's great. Like, it's not even like I can't even listen to you talk anymore. It's just like, bro, you're just fucking talking about the shit. Just do it.
I certainly hope you guys are going to join me for it, because last year,
when are you getting to
I started doing React style content per your request after many, many years of you guys telling me to do this. And I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold off. I don't feel like it adds anything. I feel like it's fluff content. You guys finally said to me, it's only if you make it that if you give it your own unique spin, if you add enough, intelligent discourse to it, it actually can be quite the level of meaningful content. And in some cases, yes, a lot of the React content on the internet is total fluff. But in other cases, no, it's actually quite interesting, and we like to see you do it. And so last year, I listened to you, and in fact, it was almost a year ago now that I branched out into my very first ever React, which was me reacting to the Wings of Redemption documentary Down the Rabbit Hole by Frederick Knudsen. And it took off. People liked it a lot, and were like, will you do this for your own videos? Will you do this for others' videos? Like, we'd love to see this. And so over the course of 2022, it really was a kind of an epiphany that as long as I am taking it seriously, and as long as I'm not doing it just for the sake of dicking around and essentially having a day off, but instead I'm actually looking to make it intelligent, fun, additional information and or
you add nothing to it. Add nothing to it. The additional information is how he relates to the story. That's it. That's it.
Then me just say, watching a trailer and going,
Oh, he said penis. I like the way the guy said penis. Oh, penis. You heard him? He said penis. He's a dine and dasher. He said get off his penis.
Get clickbait views, then it would be worth it, okay? And
hey, what's up, Insert Title Gaming?
Based off of all of that last year, all of your feedback.
The Rock One, how we doing, baby? How we feeling?
DSP Reacts, a channel
Racket
once
Jack,
a week,
Porsche Rump,
I'll
I
be
see
reacting
you.
to various clips from all over the internet. And once a month, we'll be doing a big React project, notably a documentary or a longer style video that will take a long time to get through. When I've done these longer style reacts, it basically doubles the length of whatever I'm watching, if not even more. Like that Wings of Redemption documentary was just over 2 hours long, and it took me 5+ hours to react to it. So I get the feeling that today, what I'm going to react to is about an hour and a half long, likely a minimum of 3 hours, if not even longer, depending on how much I have to say about it. And I'm sure we're going to have discourse. We're going to be talking during that, and that's going to be a big part of it as well. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, he does. He does. That's from the little things that Cadence Anime Girl says. Funny how he reacts to downfall of ex-creator vids, almost like he enjoys people's downfall because it makes him feel better. It does. It does. You should have seen when in the part of the documentary when it finally got to his tweet. Oh man, he loved it. That's when he started using the word embroiled again. Like, he loves that shit. He loves that shit, of course, because he's a miserable piece of fucking shit.
About that in a little bit, but I know that people here on DSP Gaming may be feeling a little neglected. Yesterday, well, first of all, 2 days ago, I had a bunch of issues with YouTube not uploading properly. I would upload all the videos, and they all stuck in processing and never went live. So it took me an extra day to get all the gameplay from Thursday live here on the channel. Then yesterday, half the day was reacting over on DSP Reacts, and all we did last night was 2 hours of Oblivion, which was great, by the way. If you didn't see the footage yet, it was a great session of Oblivion. We continued on with both the Haunted House and then the Dark Brotherhood quest lines, which were very entertaining. We had a lot of fun conversation. It's always a good time in Oblivion, and there's 2 more Oblivion streams coming this week, as I'll reveal in just a moment when we go through the schedule. But outside of that, you didn't get a lot of gameplay yesterday. Today, you're getting no gameplay here on DSP Gaming. And I don't want you guys to feel like you are being neglected, because just so you know, this is the exception to the rule. We're going to have 1 week a month where there's going to be like 2 days where I'm doing a lot of React content. All right. In fact, after today, we got 3 straight days of all gameplay, then my day off. And then we've got literally another Thursday, Friday of gameplay. Then it's next Saturday will be the next. So 1 week from today will be the next day when I'm doing DSP versus the internet, the weekly React show. So, I don't want you to feel that, oh God, Phil said he was going to do React, but now he's like really stepping back and lowering his uploads on DSP Gaming. It's very much not the case. There's a little bit.
So wait, what? So is it the case or not? So are you doing that, or are you not doing that? Like, it's a simple yes or like it's an either or question. Like, I hate when he does that shit. Yeah, that's not what's going on. Just a little bit, but that's not what's going on.
An absolute little
Hey,
bit
handsome,
of that,
a
but
little-
it's not going to be something
What?
that's all the time.
Handsome Gordon
This is
Flowers,
the
what's up,
week
baby?
where, yeah, there is a whole day that outside of this podcast, I will not be doing anything here, but I will be back tomorrow, all right? And we'll talk about the schedule in just a second. But anyway, I want to say thanks to those of you who have embraced my efforts to diversify on the internet with open arms. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Loves
because
it.
when you're starting something new, you never know how it's going to go.
He needs
Especially
all that
now,
money.
you know,
He needs
today,
all that fucking
2023, I am much smaller of a content creator.
Nah, we
than
get
I
more
was,
salt.
say,
We get more
7
salt from
years
the
ago
gameplay.
when I started KO Gaming. That was the last time that I really tried to start something new. And that definitely took off, you know, and I had 1 million view videos over there. That's not going to happen in 2023. I'm small potatoes. I'm very much, what you guys got to realize, even though it's funny, because you got people out there who on a daily basis want to talk about me in a very negative light. They want to talk shit. They want to say defaming and slanderous stuff about me,
Nah,
make
slanderous.
stuff up.
No.
They always want to name drop me, and they're always willing to take a shot just so they can make themselves look better because they're pathetic.
I'm good.
But the truth is, I'm not a big content creator at all. I'm on the fringes.
Because you failed. It's not like you're like that was your thing. It's like you had the path to become a successful content creator, but you chose to fail. Like, it's not even like you fucked up. Like, you chose to fuck up. That's even worse.
Of YouTube content creation. Like
even young Fleur in the back is going, wow. Like, he can't believe the bullshit that's coming out your mouth.
honestly, I don't get mainstream attention for anything that I do.
Because you're not
right?
worth it.
So it's weird that everyone kind of knows who darksydephil is, and everyone kind of takes shots at him. But when you take a look at my size and my popularity, it's just not there. You know what I'm saying?
Because you
Like,
lost it.
I didn't.
Because that's the thing. It's not like you that's the type of person you were. You wanted to be the big cheese. You fucked up. You lost it. You dropped the ball. You fumbled the bag. Like, it is all your fault. You fucked up and not even a sure thing. You fucked up several sure things. Not just one. Several sure things. You have been delivered things on a silver platter multiple times, and you still fucked it up. It's a true testament to your ineptitude to life. Like, seriously.
know,
Randy,
but
what's
knowing
up,
that
baby?
about-
Cyborg, what's up, baby?
right? Knowing that I'm very much just a fringe content creator now, I didn't know if opening up a new channel like this and starting it, well, I wasn't really necessarily opening up a new channel, but relaunching a channel like this and starting a new project, I didn't know if it was going to work. So far, I can tell you it's working. You know, the videos that I'm putting on over on DSP Reacts, so far in general, getting around 1,000 views, some more, some less, because it really depends on what happens in each individual React video. You know, you could have something that's more particularly interesting to a group and some things that aren't. We're seeing slow growth. It's been open for 2 weeks, and, you know, we went from 30 to 40 to now over 50 members and climbing. If every week over there I can get a few extra members, that's exactly how it's going to grow more organically, and I'm happy for that. I think people are starting to see the value of being a member because that's how you actually control the content on the channel, by submitting the videos for the show every week.
Videos that he's not going to watch.
Yesterday was a great stream. Yesterday we had a really good 3+ hour React style stream where I just watched a wide variety of stuff, and it's actually getting better. Like, each week, if you look from the pilot for DSP versus the internet,
Your
that we
man
did 2
said
weeks
the
ago,
pilot. This
and you
isn't a
compare
TV
that
show.
to episode 1 last week, and you directly compare that.
There's
to
no
the episode
seasons up in this
yesterday, I
bitch.
think every week it's progressively getting better, and I think that's going to continue to do that until we get our stride. It's kind of like anything, you know. When I came back to YouTube full time 2 years ago from Twitch, it took a while for us to get into our stride and get into
Meaning, basically,
the pattern
his-
of here's how it works. Here,
his
let's get used to it,
memberships,
here, let's see how it's what's
his
the best
conditioning,
practices
his
are and things like that,
rules.
right?
Yeah. All
Ooh,
that
excuse
boring
me.
shit.
So there you go. What's hilarious, we got someone in stream chat called Samuel L. Jackson, and they said, can anyone see this? I don't know if my chat's working. This is my first stream, and I just subbed. No, it's not. You have to be subbed for 24 hours in order to talk, so you're a liar. This is not your first stream. You didn't just sub. See? It took us a while to get our stride, but now we know how YouTube works and everything, and we could call out jerks when we see them who are blatantly lying.
But why would you call it a jerk? Like, what if he was actually did that? Was this
Anyway.
actually, he was, like, he subbed,
So-
but it's his first stream that he attended.
I feel like every
Stupid.
week things are going to get better over there. Now, again, I don't want you to feel like I'm not focusing on stuff here on DSP Gaming. It couldn't be further from the truth. You know, we're going to continue on covering all the new games, the hot releases that I'm interested in. Right now, we're currently juggling 3 different major playthroughs, right? We've got Like a Dragon Ishin that just came out. We've got Hogwarts Legacy that came out 2 weeks ago, and I'm really enjoying, but it's a very long game. I'm going to be playing it for a while. And we got Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which is the viewer's choice playthrough. That is going to be going for a while. It's a really chill style playthrough.
Chill style. I love that
And
style.
I can't wait to play more. You know, every time I play it, we have a great time.
Chill
We've
style.
got another new game coming out on Friday, Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Now, this game very much is in the vein of FromSoft games. Someone made an interesting comparison. They said, if you think that Neo is a good take at FromSoft content, or if, like, let's say Neo is Team Ninja's attempt to make a Dark Souls game, then this Wolong Fallen Dynasty,
Stop
all right,
snorting.
is
Jesus
basically Team Ninja's attempt at making a Sekiro style game. So there you go. You guys know Sekiro I was divided on. Like, there were parts I really liked and some things I didn't like.
You like the
I definitely
parries.
felt like Sekiro was a one-trick pony kind of game. Once you mastered the parrying, you basically knew how to beat the whole game.
But you couldn't parry. That's
and
why you
it
had to
wasn't
spoil
as
yourself.
fun as Dark Souls games to me. But at the same time, we have not played a Souls-like game in a year. Last time it was Elden Ring. That was a year ago.
And you sucked
It'll
at
be
it.
refreshing and fun, I think, to play a game like that. And if it has that kind of action-based combat element, then maybe I'll end up liking it. I don't know. We're gonna see. It's this Friday, this coming Friday. Wolong Fallen Dynasty premieres on DSP Gaming, and I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. So then that's gonna be our major focus. You're gonna see like Hogwarts and Wolong balanced as the daytime streams, with Like a Dragon Ishin and Oblivion as the night streams. That's going to be the balance that we're going to have here on DSP Gaming for many weeks, because the next major release coming out for me is at the end of March, and that's Resident Evil 4 Remake. So you're going to see those games juggled around, which I think will work. I think it's a good variety of stuff, you know, different kinds of gameplay. That'll be entertaining. So I hope you feel the same. All right, it should be pretty fun. All right, so there you go. Now, should I just go through the schedule roughly so you guys know what to expect? Let's just go through the schedule.
Let's just go through it. Come on, let's just
It's
do
a
it
little
quick.
podcast right here on DSP Gaming, and this is the only content you're going to see on DSP Gaming today. That's it. So I hope you take the opportunity, if you're not interested in my React style stuff, that you'll get caught up on all the playthroughs and things that I've been doing. You know, you got the first 5 hours of Atomic Heart, you got 5 hours of Like a Dragon Ishin, we have the new Oblivion stuff. I finished One Piece Odyssey the other day, so give it all a look. Please get caught up and enjoy. Once we end the stream, this stream is actually going to auto-redirect all of you over to DSP Reacts. I've actually found out how to do this, and I set it up that on days when I'm doing content here, but then we're going to do React content, this stream should automatically give you the direction to head over to the already existing stream for the React project that I'm doing today. Okay, it's pretty neat. So, roughly around 12:45 p.m. Pacific time today, we'll all be jumping over to DSP Reacts, and today I'm doing DSP Reacts 2, Lies, Deception, and Pro Jared, the story of Pro Jared, a documentary by June the King on YouTube. It's about an hour and a half long, and I'm very excited for this. We're going to talk about this in a second, but this is going to be all day long, meaning we're going to do that full React event, all right? It's an hour and a half video, but I guarantee you it's going to take me probably minimum of 3 hours to react to it. In addition to that, it's not just that. I've ordered some food, some Mediterranean food, and that's going to be on the way around 4:30-ish Pacific time. So we'll actually do a live edition of Feasting with the King here. Well, I say here, but it'll be over on DSP Reacts during that event as well. Okay, and once we finish reacting to that documentary, I'm going to do one more, session here. And it's going to be basically a decompression Q&A session, where after having finished with that react, what I'd like to do is chill with you guys for about an hour. We'll talk, we'll hang out. I'd like to field your questions from that event. What do you think of that event? Did it go well? What did you think of the content? Do you have any follow-up questions for me? Or do you have opinions on it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And what I really like to do in that Q&A session, let's talk about what should the next big React event be. Because I want to do one of these a month. So it'll be the end of March when we do the next one. But what should it be? Should we do the same kind of documentaries from June the King or Frederick Knudsen? Do you guys have suggestions of other kinds of content that's longer style content you'd like to see me react to?
Longer style content.
Because I need to basically clear it. What I need to do is, if I'm going to react to a big event, I'd like to contact the content creator who made that content and say, hey, just so you know, I would like to get your permission. Now, here's the thing. I don't need to get permission. It's been proven in a court of law that React content is transformative works, and therefore I can do it if I want. But I'm the kind of guy that I want to go and get the permission. I don't want to just be taking someone's content and using it for my own personal gain and not kind of get the okay, or at least try to get the okay. Because there's some cases where some of these people, they don't really have a means to contact them. There's one or two people who people suggested, I tried, like, they don't even have a public means to, like, reach out to them and ask about anything, you know? So, that's what I'd like to talk about at the end of the show. But this is all day long. We're going to start that event 12:45 p.m. Likely go do 2.5 hours, then food, then finish the React, and a nice Q&A session to decompress. And all of that content will be uploaded this week over on DSP Reacts. So in addition to yesterday's show, which was DSP versus the Internet, and the fact that each day there'll be a new episode released, including today. There was actually a new episode released this morning at 10 a.m. I don't know if you guys do, but the latest episode of DSP versus the Internet went live this morning. You can go check it out. But also, new content from the Pro Jared documentary React, as well as Feasting with the King, as well as that Q&A session will all be going live over the course of this week over on DSP Reacts. So there'll be new content pretty much every day over there on the channel. All right? That's great. I want to have a steady feed of content over there. So every day there's a new video or two. So you guys have something to watch, and it'll obviously keep people interested and engaged in that channel. You know, if you're not subscribed to DSP Reacts, I strongly recommend you become subscribed because you can't talk in the chat. So you might be like, oh crap, I didn't know that, and I wanted to talk today during the React. Yeah, you have to be subscribed just like here. You have to be the sub-only mode. That way we keep the bots and trolls out of there. Okay? Okay, excuse me. And of course, I will do some shameless promotion here. Please, by all means, you know, become a member over there. That's how I make my revenue over there. It has nothing to do with ads, because ads don't play on those videos. They're not mine. Those videos all get clean. I make a lot of over there. So if you become a member, submitting videos for DSP versus the internet every week and voting on react events, I really appreciate that. So that's today, all day long. That's all we're doing. Okay? Now tomorrow, Sunday, we get back to full-time gameplay here on DSP Gaming.
Yeah,
it's
an easy thing to do.
Yes,
It's
I'm
an easy
excited to
thing
finally
to
jump back
do.
into continue Hogwarts Legacy. It's been a while now. I hope that you guys will join me for that tomorrow as we continue on with the game. Honestly, I don't even know what we were doing last. It's been so long. I couldn't even tell you. Was it a story mission? I don't even know. Yesterday, someone asked me, how far are you into the game? I was like, I actually don't know. I don't remember. Because I've been this past week, I've been kind of all over the place with the releases and everything. So we'll get back into the swing of things tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow night will be more Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on the late stream. Then on Monday, it's the continuation of Like a Dragon Ishin on the first stream, and it'll be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer on the late stream. I decided to try to kind of break this up and do some side stuff. You know, as opposed to just keep doing the same 3 playthroughs. I'm gonna break it up a little bit and do a little bit of multiplayer this week. So we're doing some Call of Duty multiplayer Monday night. And then Tuesday, again, it'll be Hogwarts Legacy paired with Oblivion, and that's the end of my streaming week. Wednesday will be my day off this week. When I come back on Thursday, it'll probably be like maybe Hogwarts in the day and Like a Dragon at night. And then Friday is the release of Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and likely I'll be playing that all day long on Friday to get a good 5 hours into it and really understand what it is. And then Saturday of next week, it's the next DSP versus the Internet episode over on DSP React. So there you go.
Done.
That's what's coming up the next week or so. I hope that sounds good to everyone. Okay?
All right.
Bookworm just said DSP Reacts is like Phil's side part-time job. Essentially, that's what it is. Essentially, that's exactly what it is. And that's actually a great way to describe it. You know, the time that I'm putting into it is essentially like a side job. And
No,
doesn't mean that
you're
I'm
doing the
focusing
same
on
shit.
gaming to some extent, yes.
Dude, no, you're not. Like, you don't go anywhere. You don't. It's the same thing on the same platform, on the same. Like, no, homie, you're bugging.
But I'm hoping it's going to pay off. I'm hoping that the diversification will help. The gameplay here on DSP Gaming is never going to stop. I'm always going to be someone who plays hot new releases and enjoys games and shares that with you. But as I'm getting older and as I'm noticing YouTube change, I'm noticing that things are changing and I need to diversify my content. It can't just be gameplay all day, every day anymore. I have to do different things if I want to have longevity. And that's what I'm attempting to do with DSP React. So thanks for that. Go check it out and hang out with me all day today over there. It's going to be a good day. Okay? All right, now, the one thing I want to mention before we get into a little bit of game news and things I want to talk about today is this. The members' goal. Ladies and gentlemen, we have today, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Email, can we
Excuse
just
me.
get on
Let's
email?
try this again. We have today, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's my streaming week. We have those days left to hit the members' goal for DSP Gaming.
Email fucking up.
We are within 100 memberships, as you can see.
Email fucking up.
All right, we're there. We're within that. Okay, we're like 104, but we're there. That's doable. All right, especially
Just
if you're
like
someone
your
who likes
wife.
the content here, you support the gameplay, you want to see this continue, and you want to see a fun and special event happen in March, the DSP Retro Games Challenge Marathon.
The pancakes
where I
are
play
ready. Drew Mitchell, thank you for the $1 super chat, hun. Who treated their parents worse, DSP or the Menendez brothers?
I don't know. At least the Menendez brothers, their parents saw peace. I'm just saying, you know. It's tough to call. It's tough to call.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Come
Games
on,
all day.
Come on.
I challenge myself to games like Ninja Gaiden 1, which I've never beaten before.
You
but
never
also
will.
Old Mega Man, classic Street Fighter, doing challenge runs with limited credits, hardest difficulty stuff, and basically trying to do entertaining challenges for you guys. All right. I would love to do this, but we have to hit the members' goal. And we're very close, and we kept getting close, and then we would pull back, and then we get close, and we would pull back again. All right? Please consider, if you're not a member, please consider becoming a member. If you were a member and it lapsed, please consider re-upping it. And if you want to support this channel in a big way, you could gift some memberships to the channel.
Oh,
it is
fuck outta
still hittable and doable.
Just like
by
your
the end of
wife.
the month, for sure.
Just like
We
your
had
wife.
a rallying in the last couple of days where we had about 15 gifted memberships here. I definitely believe that we can do it if we get some people who really support this content and want to see it continue.
Come on,
again, keep in
email.
mind, this revenue is basically my income.
Come
Whether
on,
it's
email.
a little bit of ad revenue I make on the videos here, memberships, super chats, super stickers, and tips. That's it. There's no paid product placements here. There's no big shilling segments. There's no referral codes.
This is a
It's
shilling
just me
segment.
and crowdfunding from you guys here on the streams and people who watch on demand. Okay.
We be shilling. We be shilling.
So, and by the way, I'm just going to get rid of this guy now. Because I've had enough. Just, you know, stupid people who come
All
in
right,
and try
just
to
shut up.
innocuously
Just
troll here in the chat. when I'm not paying
Innocuously.
attention.
Bro, can you just
And
keep
then I
it
think I'm not going
pushing?
to look down and see
Keep
that they're
it
trying to say stupid stuff, so
pushing.
whatever.
Jesus.
Okay.
Right.
So, yes, please consider becoming a member today. I'm not going to harp on it for the next 4 days. You're not going to hear me mentioning it that much. Maybe casually every once in a while.
That's bagging. You're bagging. You're bagging. Bagging.
But I would love to hit it. I would absolutely love to do that event for you guys. You know, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, let's do it, and make it the end-all, be-all of what I'm doing. I would rather just enjoy games.
Remember this.
Okay?
Remember this tomorrow.
Cool.
I want you guys to remember this for tomorrow.
So, I think I've pretty much covered everything.
You're done. So
let's get to the news that I want to cover before we get to kind of shout-outs and then,
it's freemium shilling, Wilson.
So, it's kind of warm in here today.
Oh, my God. Are you serious, Phil?
Maybe because the sun is out.
Phil.
Let me see. Maybe if I turn my fan
Phil,
up before I get to the news.
Focus.
Maybe if I turn my fan up, it feels a little bit more comfortable in here. I don't know. It just feels.
This is his job. That's good to hear, Steve. We miss you. I'll get you some Lucozade. Is that how you say it? I don't even know how to say it. I'm Glaze. I hope you're doing well.
Okay. All right, so I have 2 big stories to talk about. All right, the first story is that EA, that's right, Electronic Arts, is sending out surveys to, I don't even know who, I don't know if it's people in the games media, whoever, but basically these surveys are going out and the question is, hey, so you guys really liked that Dead Space 1 remake, right? Hey, would you be interested if we remade Dead Space 2 and 3? And it's kind of like, to me, right? I'm like, can't you just make the decision for yourself? Like,
no.
First of all,
it's called marketing
we don't
research.
know realistically how much money, how much time, how much effort, how many resources went into the Dead Space remake. We don't know that. What we do know, excuse me,
Who's we?
is that the groundwork for the game was already there. It was made by Visceral Games, you know, and released in 2008. So the game was already made. What they did is they had a team go into that source code and extrapolate upon it. Much improved graphics, right? You know, now Isaac being voice acted and having scenes where he actually talks with people, some new video style cutscenes, a little bit of side content and additional content added. Some of the boss fights were retooled, especially with the 0G gameplay now, which was not present in the original Dead Space. It was in Dead Space 2 that it was added, and they added it to the original game, right? And so, you know, it was interesting that the game turned out the way it did because a lot of people were thinking it was a new game, and it definitely was not at all. It's definitely Dead Space 1 with some new things tweaked and added. Is that a bad thing? Well, you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, if you like Dead Space 1, you probably loved the Dead Space remake, and you were probably happy to see it kind of be a modernized game, because if you played Dead Space 2008, it's still a great game, but definitely things like the graphics kind of hold it back these days. So to see that now, oh my God, the lighting was so amazing or whatever.
They fucked me over with Tales of Symphonia. They fucked me over.
It was definitely
hard.
a good thing, but I'll definitely tell you this.
Done with remakes forever.
It definitely was not a new game. It didn't feel to me like a new game, right? But for what I don't understand, it sold well. But if EA is sending out these surveys to ask the player base, do you want to see Dead Space 2 and 3 remade? What that tells me is they're not confident. If they were confident, it would have been, you know, maybe they were looking for even more sales they didn't get. I don't know how many sales they were looking for a remake. I mean, this wasn't a new game. It wasn't even a straight up reboot like, say, Resident Evil 2 remake or Final Fantasy 7 remake. This was known that it was going to be Dead Space 1 with some tweaks. So I don't know what they were thinking for sales. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of weird.
What were you expecting for sales? What were
But the other thing
what sales did you predict?
Like, how are you so confused about your own market, your own customer base, that you have to send out these surveys? Like,
they're getting to, like, what do you, like, this is what, like, they're getting to know what the market wants. So if the market wants that, they'll make it so they can make money.
listen, you know what you invested.
How do they know? How do they know?
You know what time, resources, and effort went into making this game. Judge that based on profits, and then make the decision for yourself. I think the player base would love to see Dead Space 2 and 3 remade.
You see, straight fucking consumer. Like, yeah. Just see how much it made. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Because you just suck. Just suck. All around suck. You don't understand business. How the fuck you have a business degree? Like, I would love to see DSP in an actual fucking business meeting, so he can show off this business prowess that he has.
Right? But based on one, in general, the overwhelming amount of feedback was the Dead Space remake was good. Even I'll tell you it was good. And I wasn't as big of a fan as other people, because I told you guys it's definitely Dead Space 1 again. They didn't redo the plot, right? It's not like they redid it from the ground up. It's basically the same game. It looks a little better, plays a little better, has a few... I really like the things they changed about it. But my problem was they sold it for $70. And this is a game you've played before. You know, now let me tell you, it's not as bad as The Last of Us Part 1. That's probably the worst case of literally taking exactly the same game and reselling it
why
for
do you
$70.
hate Neil
That was
Druckmann
just a
so
slap in the
much?
face of gamers, and so many people are just suckers that they paid it anyway. But in this case, at least there was new added content. Is it warranting a $70 price tag? No, not in my opinion. But still, they put some effort in. Okay? So the question here is, would people want Dead Space 2 and 3? Yeah, they would. I know for a fact that they would. I know that right now, if they remade Dead Space 2, modernized, added some new content to it, so maybe different, spruced up voice acting, better character models, maybe making the boss fights a little different, I guarantee people would love it.
So basically, if you make a whole new game and call it Dead Space, people will love it. That's basically it. If you go ahead and make a completely new game and call it Dead Space, people will love it.
Dead Space 2 arguably is the best one in the trilogy. All right, I still think Dead Space 1's the best, but a lot of people argue Dead Space 2 is the best one. Absolutely. I think people would buy the shit out of Dead Space 2. Okay? Why do I know that, but the EA doesn't? You really got to ask yourself a question.
Why the fuck do you keep touching your face? Oh, no, that's not the question you want to ask. My bad.
I dribbled off at it got all over my fucking leg. Let's continue.
Gengar Green, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, hun. DSP during the business meeting. I told you to buy the dip. Why won't you listen to me? Exactly, honey.
How the F do these people get in charge of game companies?
Because they do fucking, dude, again, why? So, okay, so hold on. So, you know what? I'm going to ask this fucking question every single time. I have the perfect response to this fucking question. I feel like you got me clapping right now. If that is the case, DSP, how come you're not in the industry? Can you explain that for me? Can you explain it to me like a child? These people are stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything about gaming. You got your finger on the pulse, but yet you have no connection to the industry whatsoever. Can you explain that to me? That's kind of sucks, man. That really is a testament to how stupid you are to have all this knowledge, to know everything there is to know about gaming, but you can't branch out. You can't branch out of begging from your fucking house. Come on, bro. That's Klaus. Khet is clapping them cheeks. Khet is getting her cleat. Yeah, I'm gonna wow, it's a tongue twister. Khet is getting her cheeks clapped. Try to say that 5 times fast. Khet is getting her cleats. Khet is getting her cheeks clapped. Try to say that 5 times fast. Khet is getting her cheeks clapped. Try it.
Right? It's obviously not based on merit. It can't be. How do you not understand the climate for games, the market, your customer
They do. That's how they find out, dummy.
base? How do you not know? But you're in charge.
So how do you know and not be in charge? Riddle me that, Batman.
I run the company and I don't know if people will buy my games that I'm making.
I run this YouTube channel and I don't know how to redirect. I run this YouTube channel and I don't know how to remove copyrighted songs. I run a YouTube channel and I don't even know how to, just leave stuff up and not edit it. I run a YouTube channel and I don't know how the comments work. I don't know how memberships work. Same energy.
It's not rocket science. I tell you right now, some of the decisions these companies make are boneheaded. Here, you ready? Here's Gaming 101 in 2023. No NFTs, no games as a service, no constant online connection bullshit. No sell you a game that's base content, but then you have to nickel and dime the customer for 4 years for them to actually play the real game. Okay? No launching an online game and day one the fucking online doesn't work. I mean, these are common things that I can just tell you. Just follow these.
Okay.
Right?
Streaming in 2023. Show up on fucking time. Not waste your audience's time. Don't directly beg for money, engagement, or anything that will benefit you or your channel. Actually get to the content that you're promising your viewers. Giving members, not just taking members' money and not offering them anything. These are the things that are prevalent in streaming in 2023.
And you will have a successful game. It's as if these people who make the games are actually, they're just dunces. They don't even know the games industry. They don't understand anything about it. All you have to do is some market research. All you have to do is...
Phil. So let's run that back. So basically this whole rant started because EA reached out to several people in the industry asking if they would like to see a Dead Space, a new Dead Space. And he said they're stupid. What they should be doing is market research. If they did their market research, what do you think that was, sir? So, here we go. Let's go back.
Search. All you have to do is some market research.
All you have to do is some market research. In a rant about EA doing market research. Only in Renton.
All you have to do is ask the right people.
What do you think they just... So what is the purpose of this rant? Oh no! Yeah, I get it. You said they're asking the right people. You think you're the right people. Oh, you're seething. You're molding at the fact that nobody considers you any talking head in the industry. I get it. This is just one big cope session because people don't give a fuck about you. Excellent. I totally get it. I get it.
They don't do that. They really don't. I really don't feel that you know what I mean?
Remember, Phil, you're saying this all on a rant that was brought up by EA doing market research.
Gee, did people like Dead Space 1 Remake? Spend 1 hour on YouTube. 1 singular hour. Looking at videos.
Okay, but instead of just doing all of that, why don't they reach out to the people who have that influence so that way they can make it based on their decisions, so that way they can use that influence to, get sales for the game. So they ask these people in the industry who hold weight, who have influence, who will go ahead and bend the ear of, the consumer and ask them, would you like to see this? The person says yes or whatever, they make it. These people stand behind it. And the consumers see that those people stand behind it, which will persuade them to get the game.
Independent, not fucking mainstream games media.
Yes, watch me, DSP. Watch me, DSP, while I play this shit super stupid and slow.
Okay? Independent content creators.
No, suck a dick, because they don't want to ask you. They don't want to ask you. Okay? It's not, and even if they were to do that, it's not going to be you, DSP, because you're fucking stupid. You don't know how to play video games. You treat them like a product. Okay? That's it. You saw what happened with God of War. Just one big hand-holding session.
Thank you, honey. You're the best. But just
because they followed you.
The blaze gets everywhere.
So we got an example of it actually happening. Revy, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the stream, baby. So we have an example of someone actually using you to create a game. They did. I mean, not for nothing. I would take that as an honor. because they made a game so slow based on me.
Who are intelligent, who have millions of viewers. Not me. I'm small potatoes.
Okay, so shut up. You will always be small potatoes. You have small potatoes. That's why you'll never be anything in this industry.
Who gives a shit what I say about games
So shut the fuck up.
anymore? But look at these guys out there who cover games, and they're getting millions of views per video. Did their audience like the game? Did they like the game? If the answer is yes, you have interest from the real gamers, not some dumb shills who
So why do you, but the thing is, if they're supposed to go to these people, who do you think they're gonna listen to?
to say anything to sell, ad space on their fucking websites. Instead, real gamers who benefit from honesty. Okay, this is so ridiculous. Like, how do you not know this? It's as if they were born yesterday and they just decided, hey,
Bro, you look like you were born yesterday with that fucking infantile-sized head.
I want to be involved in the games industry because I heard that's the biggest form of entertainment. Put me on the board of directors and now let's start making decisions. Like, what? I just don't get it. I really don't.
Because again, and that's why you don't get it. See, that's why you don't get anything, because you don't get it. This is why you don't get sponsorships. This is why you don't get collab requests. This is why you don't get requests for interviews. This is why you don't get anything free, promotional shit. Because you don't get it.
I don't understand it. Hire, if you're that ignorant to the industry that you're in charge of, hire consultants. Hire intelligent.
So yeah, let's spend more money to have somebody else.
Informed consultants to help you, guide you. Don't guess.
But they're not guessing because they're reaching out to the right people and finding out if the game should be made.
Stop guessing. The guessing's not working. Some of these idiotic moves we've seen from game companies in the last 5 years, it's like, it's not working, man.
And you still support them, though. That's the crazy thing. You talk all this shit, but like you willingly go ahead and you go broke to support these people. You go ahead and you forego taking your wife to a fucking honeymoon. You forego taking your wife out to go eat. You forego taking your wife anywhere so you can support these companies. But here you go talking shit. When you spend your entire fucking life adhere to these companies.
You gotta just, you just gotta take a step out of your stupid boardroom comfort zones.
How about you take a step out of that smelly ass fucking office?
Maybe take your suit off.
How about you take that those dingy ass fucking pajamas off?
Pretend like you don't own 4 yachts.
Pretend like you're not in fucking serious debt because you waste all your money on JPEGs.
And you don't live in some fucking giant luxury mansion. And pretend
And you don't live in a fucking condo.
you're a normal person for 5 minutes. And actually act like a normal person for 5 minutes.
I mean, I would repeat that and say, like, why don't you do that? But I know it's physically impossible for you to do that because you're in a fucking skin suit.
And maybe you'll understand something about real people. Because that's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly. You would understand how people talk. You understand how people communicate, how people interact with each other. You would totally love that.
What it is. These people in charge of these companies are like a whole different group, a whole generation. And they're in charge of this shit. So how would they understand gaming, man?
Okay, so where did you fuck up? Again, why aren't you the guy? You're supposed to be the guy. We're watching his Twitch. What happened? You're supposed to be that motherfucker. What's the deal? What happened here? So why aren't you on the forefront of gaming? Why aren't you the poster boy of gaming? Why aren't you making the decisions in gaming? Why aren't you a trailblazer in gaming?
I don't play video games or anything, but I'm in charge of a gaming company.
I don't play video games or anything, but I pretend like I'm a content creator that loves gaming. I don't play outside of my streams. Like, I don't play for fun. I don't play to relax. I watch my wife play, and sometimes me and my wife, we watch other people play. But no, I don't actually play video games, but I'm a gamer. I mean, I can't. I can't. He's been doing this for 14 years, 15 years. He should know better.
Yes, people want Dead Space 2 and 3 remakes. Yes, they will buy them. They will play them. Maybe they won't sell 5 billion copies.
And that's the point. They want to make sure that they're going to sell 5 million copies, you dim-witted asshole. Why is that so hard to fucking understand?
So you can actually buy your 14th mansion. Maybe that won't happen, but people would definitely like them. They liked the Dead Space remake, all right? So cut the bullshit out. It's just the stupidest thing. Okay. Anyway, the other story I have to talk about isn't really a story. It's a follow-up on the State of Play from the other day, where people have been constantly asking me about my opinions about what happened during the State of Play, and I was like, well, I don't even see it yet. And truth is, I still didn't see it. All right, I didn't.
Remember, he's a gamer, though. He's a gamer.
A 3.5 to 4 minute.
This is his job.
Promo last night.
This is his
that
job.
Debuted during the State of Play, because actually, this is probably the thing that interested me the most. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. That's the name of the game. It's by Rocksteady Games, the same people who made the trilogy of Arkham Batman games that we absolutely know and love, and they haven't made a mainstream game since 2015. So you got to be wondering, geez, they've been really putting their time into this game. It's got to be amazing, right? It's going to be outstanding. And so they finally showed off this game on the State of Play. And this game, by the way, is coming out in late May. So it's only, what, 3 months away? 3 months away for this game. All right? And here's what I have to say about it. So the narrative seems like an amazing narrative. This kind of reminds me of Injustice or another narrative like this, where it's a really interesting plot. What is the plot? Well,
Yeah, this is the guy you need to ask about your games.
long-standing DC Universe villain, Brainiac,
shit.
who is an invading alien. He's someone who essentially is trying to absorb all the knowledge of the universe, all right, into himself. Originally, he was just supposed to be like an archive machine that was supposed to like archive life and archive knowledge. But then eventually, as he gets corrupted, he starts destroying life and stuff and assimilating it into him. Essentially, he wants to control everything in the universe, okay? He's a big-time Superman villain. So, Brainiac invades Earth and actually succeeds in taking over multiple members of the Justice League, okay? And that means that basically you've got superheroes like Superman, The Flash, etc., that are controlled by Brainiac. And very few heroes are immune to what's happened. And it's basically like the remnants of the heroes trying to band together to stop the Justice League, who've been corrupted and are now villains. And so where does the Suicide Squad come into play? Well, the Suicide Squad are a bunch of villains, ragtag villains, that are now freed from prison and put together to be a supergroup to take out the Justice League. Because who better to know how to fight the Justice League than the people who've been fighting them all along? But now the villains are the heroes because they're hired by the government to take out the mind-controlled Justice League that are being controlled by Brainiac. And the stakes are actually higher here than in the shitty Suicide Squad movies. Because in the movies, it's just kind of like, oh, well, they're let out of prison. And if they can stop a certain threat, they'll be freed from prison. Here it's like, listen, we're humanity now. Humanity is at stake.
Did he not even see the movies? Did he not see the movies?
Brainiac is literally taking over the planet.
What do you think Starro was doing, you dumbass?
And we need to band together. Forget about, oh, you'll be free from prison and you'll be rewarded. We're trying to save everyone.
That's what happened in the movies!
Let all the criminals out. Who cares? We need to band together and use all of our concerted intelligence and efforts to take out Brainiac's forces. So this is like a better plot, in my opinion, than the previous Suicide Squad plots that we've seen.
You literally just described the second movie!
Because it's like, we're doing it for the greater good. Even though we're not good people, we're banding together for the greater good to take out the Justice League, okay? I really like that plot. And quite frankly, in this 4-minute trailer / gameplay breakout. I would say it's the writing and the plot elements that are the best part. Like,
Bro, it's
I'm
just a
interested
trailer. It's a trailer.
in this game simply because of the plot. All right? Because then it starts going to the gameplay. And basically the game shows you 4 characters. It shows you Harley Quinn, is it Killer Shark, Captain Boomerang, and is it Deathstroke? So, not Deathstroke, Deadshot. And I always get those two confused. They look the same. So basically these 4 characters, all right, are all part of the Suicide Squad, and they need to take out the Justice League. So it starts doing gameplay, and immediately you start playing as 1 or 2 characters who are like super jump, and they're shooting at things in the air, and then they land and they do a melee combo and they take out an enemy, and they jump again and they're doing double jumps and backflips and, you know, like rocket packs and shooting down. And it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of a third-person action game. That's interesting. But, you know, I wonder what the rest of the gameplay is. So then they switch over to the other character, and they're doing super jumps, and they're flying, and they're shooting at weak points, and they're doing melee combos on the ground, and they super jump again, and they're firing, and they're doing quips as they do it. Haha, that's gotta hurt. That'll leave a mark. Oh, I'm so tough and blah.
You could, like, instead of doing this, you could have just reacted to it and got money out of it. You could have gave this people as content instead of like, I don't like. My man, I would.
Blah blah, meh, 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 you know, all their little mannerisms and quips of who they are in the DC universe. And so the next person, and then they go to the next person. Oh, it's Killer Shark. Killer Shark's definitely gonna rip him apart with his teeth, and he's gonna do melee combat. Well, he lands and he punches the ground, and he pulls out 2 guns, and he starts firing left and right and up and down. Guns, jumping, back, guns. Oh, look, there's a tank, everyone, take it out. Guns. Switch to the other character. Oh, guns. Like, whoa. Wait a second. What is going on here? And then it starts to click as you start to watch the gameplay unfold. It starts to click on you. Like, wait a minute. You gotta be kidding me. You know what they did? Are you ready for this?
He's gonna associate it with something.
They fucking made the game Fortnite.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my, I'm done. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done. I'm done. I quit. I'm done. Guys, I'm sorry. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't. My chest is hurting at this point. I can't. I'm done. I am done. I love you guys. I apologize. It's over. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will definitively be back on tomorrow. I will be back on time to make up for it. If I have enough time, and I'm gonna give you're gonna get a double dose of Shinko. I'm done. How? I can't. Where? Like, where? Wait, I'm gonna let him finish. Oh my god, give me a minute. Yo. Why? Why is this bothering me so fucking much? Like, why? Why is it bothering? Yo, holy shit. Man, I'm going to smoke a. Oh my fucking god. I'm good. I'm good. It's just, yo, something. Yo, you ever heard something so fucking stupid? Like, it literally causes you to pause. Like, you can't process thought. You can't process. I'm good.
Bible Thumper, Predator Cigarettes, Ashes on Alex here. Thank you for $2 super chat. What did he say? I spaced out.
All over my
Okay, so
leg.
basically,
Let's continue.
since he saw a whole bunch of guns, the game is automatically Fortnite. That's it. I'm gonna let him finish.
That's exactly what the game is. They tried to make this Fortnite, but a main game rather than a battle royale.
JG went out. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Linda would have been tuned out and watched QVC instead. Exactly.
Let's continue.
Exactly.
If you look at the gameplay, it's all over the shoulder, third person.
Okay, Is Fortnite the only game that does that?
Pure gunplay.
Is Fortnite the only game that has that?
The characters almost look like they play alike.
Is Fortnite the only game that does that?
Okay, doing little one-liners and quips. And actually, the best comparison I'll make, and some of you might not even understand this reference.
He's gonna go.
Okay, you might not even get it.
He's gonna break my brain again.
It looks like Agents of Mayhem.
Oh my fucking god! I can't. That's a little bit better than the Fortnite one.
How many of you played Agents of Mayhem?
You can't.
Well, I actually did. I know many of you.
I don't understand how you could do that. I don't understand. Like, I can. Like, I'm playing Atomic Heart right now, right? And my thing is, it plays like a PS2 game. You know what I'm saying? It plays like one of those old. I'm not associating it with a direct fucking game. Like, my man, can you not use something as a crutch for 1 fucking second? 1 second.
Did not, and probably have no recollection of what the game is. Let me give you a little history lesson, okay? Volition Games, or Volition Studios, have been making the Saints Row series for a while. Saints Row 1 and 2 were more GTA-style games that were supposed to be like serious game competing with, at that point, you know, GTA games of the time. They're supposed to be like GTA 4 competitors. Then, when Saints Row 3 came out, it became more of a wacky, zany comedy game. But it was still third-person gameplay, running around, shooting everything, right? Then when Saints Row 4 came out, now it just went ridiculous. Now every character was super-powered. Every character had a super dash, every character had a super jump, they were slamming the ground.
I don't know, it's the last game
shooting
I played.
missiles.
It's been a long
Saints Row
time,
4
bro.
essentially jumped the shark. It's when the series kind of went off the deep end, and a lot of people agreed it kind of lost its way. And so they were making Saints Row 5, and they said, we need to kind of like, you know, right the train. The train's being derailed. Let's right the train. But during the development of Saints Row 5, they decided instead of calling it Saints Row 5, they were going to make it a whole new franchise and call it Agents of Mayhem.
No, but it's like he's saying that it's Fortnite because it's the gunplay.
Also are villains, and they're hired by this clandestine spy group to basically save the world from an invasion, from some evil villains or whatever. And each character's a little different. You know, there's one character who is all about guns and missiles, another character that uses ice weapons that can freeze their enemies, like superpowers. You know, like superheroes. So if you play Agents of Mayhem, you're essentially playing a game where you're playing a bunch of third person, over-the-shoulder gunplay is the majority of the game. Yes, there's parkour, there's super jumping, there's rocket packs, just like the Suicide Squad game. And each character's a little different. They have little nuances and tweaks that make them different, but for the most part, they almost all feel the same. Okay, and the plot is very generic. This is the reason the game failed, is because you can tell it's supposed to be Saints Row. Well, it's the plot, it lost its identity, and the plot is getting very boring. The game is very grindy, very repetitive, and after a few hours, like 5 hours, you'll get bored because the game is the same thing over and over and over. And by the time I played the whole thing, by the time the game ended, I was like, dude, you can even tell there's a character in the game that was supposed to be a character from Saints Row. He's the character, except they renamed him, and he's not the character because they decided not to make Saints Row 5. You see? So basically, you're looking at this and you're watching this Suicide Squad gameplay and you're like, dude, it looks like Saints Row or Agents of Mayhem or Fortnite. Like, this is what they're going for. And
Fortnite!
Rockstar hasn't made a game in a long time, and I feel like they might have lost their way. This, you know, the story elements look amazing. The graphics look good, but you need gameplay, and the gameplay looks awful. It looks very, very grindy and repetitive. Literally, they're in a city fighting tanks and a giant turret. Everything has a glowy purple spot. Just shoot the glowy purple spot point. That sounds like a game from like the PS2, PS3 era.
Guys, he's. What did you?
Thank you, honey. You're the best. But just be careful, because you know the glaze gets everywhere.
What was that video? What was that video I put up? What was the video I put up? Where's the video? The one that we went over. Where's the one down? It has to be here. Downloads. Where is it? Where's that fucking video? I need to see that shit now. Where is it? Previous 30 days. Video leave. Where is it? I need that video. All right, you know what? Let me just look it up here. You know what? No, I'm not even going to look it up. I'm not going to look it up. That's basically God of War. God of War. What did you do when you were playing God of War?
It is. I mean, literally, it is. It almost feels like they wanted to make this game for kids, right? They wanted to make it a simplified game for children. But it's the fucking Suicide Squad. That's like rated R content. So, who are they making this game for? I'm very confused. It plays like Agents of Mayhem or Fortnite, and it has gameplay elements from a bygone era for kids, but it's Suicide Squad. Like, what?
I'm
very confused. After the 4 minutes ended, I was like, wow, I'm totally down for seeing how this plot pans out, but man, I really don't want to play it. Like, that's how it made me feel. It's like,
let your
I would
wife
love
watch
to see how the
somebody else
story
play
is,
it.
and I really don't feel like grinding for 30 hours in this game.
So let your wife grind like she does with Tyrone.
Because the whole game looks like repetitive gunplay right now.
Just like your streams.
It looks like every character plays the same.
Just like
and it looks like it's just going to
streams.
be the endless repetitive quips from each character.
Just like your
Man, we
streams.
really got him. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. Shut up.
Shit and dick.
Can you turn that off?
balls.
I'd rather have them be silent than have to hear that shit. Seriously. It would be one thing if, like, each character was unique and had their own thing. Like, you know, maybe Killer Shark doesn't have guns. He's actually all melee, and he's the tank. And he's jumping around. He's smashing things. And he bites through things. But he's not effective against ranged enemies. So when you have to fight ranged enemies.
I get it. He's mad that he can't find, like, the characters aren't different. So he can't find that one super uber OP character that he can use to fucking just push through the game. He wants the jump R2 character. That's what he wants.
You swap out to one of your characters like Deadshot, who now can go ba-doom, ba-doom, and take out the range, and now you swap back to Killer Shark to clean up the mess. Instead, it's like everyone's just jumping around shooting guns and doing quips. That's amateur night game development. That is not what you expect from Rocksteady.
God, he's such a fucking neckbeard. Like, I just... Yo, it's crazy how you don't have a beard, but you're a neckbeard. That's so fucking weird, my guy.
That looks terrible. I'll be honest, like, I'm actually very upset. This game comes out in 3 months. They can't redesign the whole game in 3 months.
They don't have to.
What happened?
They didn't. Nothing.
This is
happened.
Rocksteady. They made an insanely amazing trilogy of Batman games that were very representative
Paul Dini left.
of what we came to know. All right, about Batman. We knew Batman from the movies, from the comics, and they made a game series that was true to that, and it respected us as gamers who both knew about Batman and
us as gamers. Suck a dick. You're not a gamer. You're not a gamer. You're not a comic book fan. You're a consumer. That's what you are. You're a consumer. You're a consumer. That's what you are, sir.
Great games, and it was perfect. I don't know what they're going for with this game. I really don't. It seems like it's the opposite. They're not respecting the gamer or the source material. They just wanted to make a game that...
My man, you just literally repeated the fucking plot from the second Suicide Squad movie that you have not seen. Do you understand that? You don't even know what you're talking about right now. You don't know the source material.
A bunch of shoo, pew, pew, pew that kids would want to play. I'm at a loss here. I really am. To make matters even worse, and this actually really irks me, this game is officially the last game ever that Kevin Conroy voices the Batman.
Okay.
Kevin Conroy, unfortunately, passed away recently.
Okay.
And he, for a lot of us, he is the voice of the Batman.
Yes.
We grew up watching the Batman animated series.
Yes.
And the Justice League cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And then subsequently the animated movies and specials. Mm-hmm. And then the Batman Arkham trilogy of games. Mm-hmm. All right? We grew up with him as Batman.
Yes.
And this is our last chance to get him as Batman. And he's a villain. He's overcome by Brainiac. How scary is it going to be for Kevin Conroy to be threatening your ass? I'm probably going to poop myself. All right? And if this game sucks, that's insanely bad. That's really bad. It's our last imagine if, The Dark Knight, the last time we ever got to see Heath Ledger in any kind of a role. And imagine if he's amazing as the Joker, but the movie was a piece of dog shit. Right? How upset would you be? And it's the same situation. This is a beloved voice actor who we absolutely want to see this game succeed just on the sole fact that this is his last performance. And the game looks like shit. Why does it look like shit? Bat shit. Okay, it doesn't look like bat shit. It's more DC shit. But I'm very upset.
You're not.
If you can't tell, I'm actually very happy I didn't see the trailer live. I probably would have get very upset. I would have thrown things. All right.
I'm done. I'm done. He's using some guy's death. I'm a rage quit, guys. I'd rather smoke. I'd rather go outside, smoke a blunt, and finish playing Atomic Heart. I'm done. I'm quitting. Tomorrow, guys, I'll give you guys a full fucking and how much we got of this shit? We still got an hour of this shit? An hour of this fucking shit? An hour. A fucking hour. Fuck nah. Go fuck yourself, DSP. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to making videos where I make fun of you and shit. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, there will definitively be a second stream. I mean, there will be a stream at 7. if I'm able to in the morning, we're gonna have a sticky sermon where we're gonna go over whatever the fuck the pastor's been going on. I haven't been checking on the pastor, so I just want to see what the fuck he's doing. So we'll go over that tomorrow, okay? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you, love you, love you. I'm sorry, Phil, that ass just Fortnite. Fucking Fortnite. I can't. I love you guys, all right? Love you, love you, love you. See you tomorrow. I'm sorry. I know you guys are disappointed. Love you, love you, love you. Bye. Steve, I'm gonna check that out. If you want, spam that in the chat real quick so people can check it out. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for putting up with the rage quit real quick. I know it was an impromptu, but he said fucking Fortnite. Fucking Fortnite. I can't. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.